morning, fellow Toastmasters. Can we set the time, please? Each morning when we come into Club Awesome, we do our introductions. And in those introductions, we acknowledge DTM Andy and DTM Lois, distinguished Toastmasters, the most coveted, the highest form of designation and recognition that you can get in Toastmasters. Now, to get to DTM, our leaders have to give, oh wait, it's the wrong one. Our leaders, or our Toastmasters, have to do at least 45 speeches over the course of the time period and from 7 different manuals. But that's only 50% of what has to be done to achieve that DTM level. The second track is the leadership track, up on the top. Now the leadership, leaders, what is leadership? Leaders provide vision, they create the mission, they set the goals, they help to develop the process, the protocol, the procedures, all of the things that make our club successful. Without leadership, we would be a group of people meeting on Friday morning talking at one another, and we would not be Toastmasters International, a global, very successful organization. Part of getting to that leadership track, though, as I said, 45 speeches for the communication track. On the leadership track, you have to take a role in the club, an officer role. You need to take a role at the district level. You have to perform and do a high-performance leadership project, in addition to some other special activities, which I won't get into. But today, I'm here to talk about the high-performance leadership. When I decided to go down this track, they told me you need to get the high-performance leadership manual, which I have somewhere. It's in my bag, probably. And I got this book, and it's 50 or 60 pages long.
79.
And I thought, this is not this easy little project. This really means you have to do some work. And the first thing you have to do is understand the concepts and the 6 dimensions of servant leadership. Servant leadership is all about setting the vision, setting the mission, setting the goals, and then flipping it around where you set the direction, but then you go to the bottom of the pyramid and you help the people that are in your district, your club, to succeed. I then had to take a self-assessment on how I was doing against the 6 dimensions of leadership. Well, that was interesting for a leadership coach to say, how am I doing, since I coach to it all the time. I rated myself fairly positively, and I hope that I actually meet those expectations, that I don't have these blind spots that I'm not aware of. I then have to recruit a guidance committee. Already I'm behind the 8 ball because I actually put the presentation together before I recruited my guidance committee, but I'm getting them in place, and I'll backtrack a little bit to bring them up to speed. The next steps were find a project, create the vision statement, create a mission statement, and come up with club or your guiding principles, and then present it to the club, which is where we are today. After today, I have to take my plan, create the plan, put the plan into action, see if it's working, and then review it with my board of directors, get feedback, and come back and present a second time to you in terms of how to go. So the project that I selected is the area contest. And the reason I selected this is because we are doing a combined area contest this year with Area 20 and 24. We've not done that as long as I've been a Toastmaster. It'll be for the Table Topics and International Speech Contest that's coming up on February 18th. So then I thought about, well, contests. Why do we even do contests? Is this just to make more work for people in Toastmasters? Is it to create havoc in our organization? And the answer is no. We have contests so that we raise the bar and improve the level of our communication and how we're conducting our speeches. Think about it. If the only time we give a speech is in Club Awesome, and the only one we're measuring ourselves against is Dorette or Lois, we're only going to get as good as Dorette or Lois. We're not going to get better. We'll never get better than the best speaker. Think about playing tennis. If I'm playing tennis with Jordan and I'm beating Jordan every single week, I think I'm pretty good. Yeah, I beat him every single week. If I don't go out and find somebody who plays tennis better than Jordan and better than me, I'm never going to get better. That's why we have contests, to put you into a room with people who might be better than you. So then I had to come up with that as my premise. I had to think about, well, what is the vision for this project? What is it that I really want to have happen as a result of this contest? What would be my outcome? And a vision is aspirational. You don't ever have to achieve your vision, but it's that point that you're going after, and that's why we use the telescope, because it's far away. I want people, as a result of this contest, to want to improve their speaking skills. I want them to go to the next level. I want them to walk out of this contest and say, I want to do that. The mission brings us closer to the vision. That's why we use binoculars. And here, my mission is really to create a safe forum for members to expand their speaking skills. I want them to realize that they're raising the bar and they're going against the best of the best. And for that day, from that time, in that moment, somebody will be deemed the best for that moment. Doesn't mean they're the best of everything, they're the best in that moment. And we're going to do it through friendly competition. Some of the core values that I thought about is that the contest has to be well organized. If we walk into a contest and everybody's floating all over, nobody knows what they're doing, people are not impressed. So it's got to be well organized, people need to know what they're doing, and it's got to be run professionally against contest rules. The contestants need to be informed and kept up to date. They need to understand what their role is, what's expected from them, so they can be prepared. They have enough on their mind about getting the speech right without wondering, am I showing up on time? What's the process? What's the protocol? When do I get called? We will get judges from each club, from Area 20 and Area 24, to minimize any perceptions of bias or favoritism. And that sometimes is difficult to do. We'll make sure all of our dignitaries and our staff are prepared, and we will have equal participation and support from all of the teams. So that's the core values, and the next step is action. What is it that I need? I need people to compete. Registration, Sergeant at Arms. Here's the thing. If you're not competing in the contest, I'd like you to be there helping us to support and run a smooth contest. And if you do not want to take a role, then at least show up and be there. Thank you for all of those.